Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about one easy backswing fix to add more distance. Hey guys, just want to let you know what you're about to see here in this video. This is a clip of my full 1-hour lesson with Stu that will be available on CogornoGolf.com. What you're going to see in this clip here is us working on our backswing and adding something into his backswing to increase his overall distance. Hope you guys enjoy this lesson and you check out the full lesson at CogornoGolf.com. So we're going to go out towards that green 100-yard sign.
Yeah.
You can hit your 8 iron short of that if you need to.
Oh, you want me to hit 100?
No, I want you to go full.
Oh.
Full.
Oh, you said go short of it.
No, full shot.
Yeah.
Over the 100 be your
Right.
flag.
Right.
Let's do 5 shots. You
Okay.
just go your own pace the whole time.
Okay.
I'll follow along. You good to go?
I'm still good to go.
And then, yeah, I'll record them. We'll sit down and look at them.
Good.
So just go 5. I'll start asking you questions after the first one.
Got Anthony in the distance.
We'll make this
No.
look
Oh,
good.
that's nice.
Anthony's going to be famous in the back.
Stu's not going to shank.
Win, win, win.
Yeah, really be careful.
Win, win, win.
Oh,
Win,
Jesus.
win, win, win.
See, camera's on, look what happens.
All right, cool. I want to see on here, we have 2 priorities, right? Draw all the balls. Make sure we draw the driver. I'm going to add more than 2 here.
Right,
Potentially add distance, right?
Right.
Hit it farther.
right.
And then things ideally look pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so 4 things maybe.
Okay.
So what's going on in here that's gonna make us draw or not draw the irons and the driver pattern? Now, when I watch you hit the irons, even before
Yeah.
we started, your ability to create the curve is pretty darn good, right? Like you're able to hit a draw pretty darn good.
Right.
But so your contact could be better
Right.
overall. The things you do that create some thin and some fat, like here, the small sample size, we're probably about equal,
Okay.
some thin, some fat. So when I watch you hit balls, I say, hey, how could that be better in terms of a golf ball? It's more so contact than ball pattern from what I see. And then the driver pattern, looking at the same sort of things, like, hey, what needs to happen for you to create the draw? How do we hit the ball farther? What's really good with your driver is your angle of attack is quite a bit up, which is nice for distance purposes. What's not as good with your driver is your club head speed.
Right.
Because not
That's
super
slow.
high.
I know, for a big dude.
And so we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Now, the sort of negative aspect to having a really shallow angle of attack and hitting up on your driver is your angle of attack with your irons is very shallow as well.
Right.
So only a very little bit down on the ball. And that's a big reason why you get those fats and thins.
Okay.
I'll show you in the video why that happens. It has to do with your upper body motions. But let's see why some of the contact with the irons and what we want to shift here. This here is you, Stu on the left.
Okay.
And this is Mr. Adam Scott on the right. Now, this is the first time we're going through looking at things, so let's kind of go through it pretty thoroughly
Okay.
and then figure out what the 1, 2, or 3 priorities are. So your setup position here like this, everything to me is pretty cool. The feet width is fine, the foot flare is good, the ball position is good, the grip is good, hands inside left thigh, your tilt, your setup looks really good.
Okay.
No issues there in terms of creating the draw pattern or the contact. The first thing we start to see that can be a priority is during your backswing. So if I start us back here and we go and we look at, let's say look at your head relative to Tony in the back, where you start and where you finish. So you notice how you've gone down and
Right.
away quite a bit.
Right.
So if I were to look at him and I drew the circle around his head, now he, more or less when he goes back, stays right in it,
Right.
right? So he, when he makes his backswing, stays right there. Now what you'll notice in part of the distance part is who swings farther, you or him?
Him, absolutely.
Him. And he's
Yeah.
in a sand wedge there and we're doing an 8 iron, right?
Right.
Now the reason he swings farther than you is because of how he uses his body. Can I use that clip for a
Yeah,
second?
of
You stay
course.
right there. When you make your backswing, here's you. Let's say you drew like a circle around your head.
Yeah.
And when you go down and forward, your chest is down towards the ground. So you're bent over,
Right.
forward flexion.
Okay.
The problem with that is then I run into a wall with my left arm, like with
Okay.
my delt. I literally can't lift it any farther,
Right.
which means I can't swing very far, which means creating speed is difficult, especially with the driver,
Okay.
right? So if I went from here, bent over, head off the ball, and just allowed some extension, or I recentered myself,
Right.
now I'm taller, more forward, and I have more room where I can move my arm. So I can swing farther from here with my left arm compared to here,
Okay.
which will produce more speed. Also from here, when you move, let's say your head's here, I want to hit down on an iron
Right.
for compression.
Right.
If I move off of it 2 inches, I then must make sure I move back forward 2 inches, or else if I stay back there,
Fat.
fats and thins.
Right.
Yeah, so that head movement off the ball, the staying bent over compared to turning and staying centered and extending a little bit,
Okay.
is a big reason, one, why your swing length gets short, which is why the driver speed's low, and some of the contact comes up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
How from here, he's more or less kind of straight up and down, and you're angled this way off the ball.
Right.
And so what we're going to see from there is some reactions to that, and you don't quite get back forward during your downswing. So you're back too far, which is why some of the fats and thins. The rest of a lot of this looks pretty darn good. Like you got a lot of good motion here. I'd like for your trail side, that foot, knee, and hip to get through a little bit sooner relative to the finish line. But this is pretty good here. Our biggest one issue, your setup looks good during the backswing, is that upper body motion's a big, big, big problem.
Okay.
The rest of your stuff from here looks pretty darn good. There's some minor nuances.
I see you talk about the extension all the time. You know, where you start here, but then you got to extend and then extend.
Yeah. And like that could be as little, so simple as like you're gonna make a backswing, I'm gonna hold your head.
Okay.
Like that could be nothing super complicated. Let's see from here what our priorities are. And then we'll work our way through, just seeing what our mechanical stuff is. So your setup pieces here are still pretty cool. I don't have any major issues with it. You're quite a bit bent over at address, which the only issues from there for you is gonna be, like if I take a setup, the more bent over I am,
Yeah.
the closer I am to the ground, the more I'm gonna get farther from the ground during my downswing in all likelihood.
Right.
Because I've got no motivation to go farther down.
Right.
So we'll probably see here along the way is gonna be, you're gonna come up some.
Okay.
The rest of your stuff looks good. Your setup looks good, arm hangs good, balance points, this is all good. Now your swing length's really short,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because of that forward bend. Like if you look at where you are there, and look at where he is there,
Right.
and look how high the butt of the club is over his head. And ours is kind of in line with your head, and you're bent over a lot.
Okay.
Your wrist conditions, club face, all that is cool here. Again, we went kind of down and forward. Your hand pass good, your depth is good. Yeah, you're not super steep there. I actually think you're pretty darn good.
But you see that the takeaway was kind of flatter than my swing was steepened.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's only because you went a little inside early. Like
Yeah.
you're not like reverse Jim Furyk.
Okay.
It's like Kuchar.
Yeah.
Someone who goes in early like this to get back to the ball needs to go a little bit over that plane just to get back on plane.
Right.
The guys who, like Furyk looks like that because he goes way out this way
Yeah.
and then goes under. You go in a little, but you reroute pretty darn good. I mean, your path is 7 to the right. So it's not like we got to like lay that down more. Now, you're not super like laid down with the shaft. You're a little bit more vertical and then you stand up late, but you stand up mostly because of your posture.
Okay.
That's my way of saying like, I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay. Good.
The body motion is a big deal.
Yeah.
And then your follow through patterns, I mean, again, you're underplaying a little bit. So you're actually like too far from inside. You exit a little bit vertical and high, but for what you want, that's good. Like you being underplaying, exiting to the right should create draws. You just will hit some pushes, some hooks from there,
Okay.
and some fats and thins. But in terms of the look of your swing and ability to hit draws, what you've done is nice,
Okay.
right? What you've done is really good. When you look at this swing, what would make that look better to you? Like what would fit your blueprint of what it should look like? Because to me, there's only really like 2 things.
Well, besides the posture, or
Good, that'd be one of them.
Right. I don't know.
Because I think you have a lot of good here. I think you're really close to being able to hit the ball flight you want all the time.
I want to flatten that. I want to flatten it out when I get up there. It should be dropping down, and it doesn't seem like it does that.
You want to flatten out like the angle on the way down?
Yeah. So look how I do that.
Yeah.
It steepens.
We-
It should be the reverse.
We can do that, but then we got to change your backswing pattern a little.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So if we want to do that, we got to get your backswing a little more vertical
Okay.
and get you a little taller at address, and then we'll kind of reverse the loop a little bit.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, listen, if you want to go this way, where you get it more up and under,
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
That's what I want.
You just can't assume any ball flight stuff in for a minute.
Oh yeah, of course. Forget
Okay.
the ball.
Okay, cool. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Now, when you start to work back, one of the deals is keeping this shoulder and elbow for you from going this way, which rolls it inside.
Right.
And keeping this, you see that backswing video we did with the elbow down towards the ground?
Yes.
Yeah. Keeping this more under here.
Okay.
To where
Elbow,
this
yeah.
doesn't rotate as much,
Right.
where the shaft will get more vertical here.
Okay.
And let's say we'll put this on the side here just for sort of visuals for you, club on the side of the stick. When you make your backswing feels, you're trying to get this yellow stick pointed more or less at your toe line.
Okay.
Now, where we actually want it is probably at the ball line or just inside of the ball line. But if you want to go vertical with it, right, in terms of exaggeration, when you go back, it needs to feel like it's more at your toe line. See how vertical that is?
Yes.
Now from here, when I come down, if I do the rest of it correctly, the shaft's gonna lay down.
Okay.
Cool?
Got it.
More and more and more, you go here, like you're good here, through the pec, and then we gotta lift up from there a little bit.
Okay.
If you go out this way, it's gonna wanna come back over.
Okay. But you also said in your videos you need the depth. Is that
But you
depth
have
or
too
width?
much depth.
Too much.
You have too much
much,
of it.
too much.
Yeah, let me borrow this. So right now you're going like this. Good,
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
And I want,
And up over my shoulder.
but for you it's gonna feel like this.
Okay.
Let's do same thing with this end for a sec.
Like that. Okay.
We're gonna turn this into some simple feels. We'll just do some, you get a little blueprint here, yeah? Good, so by the time you get to here, you'll be in line with the pec and the toe line, good? Now from here, you're gonna be over there.
Okay.
Yeah, do that again. So it'll feel like longer and more up to you compared to normal. Shaft's vertical. Yeah, excellent, look in the mirror. Now that's just normal.
Okay.
Can you see yourself there?
Yeah.
That's just normal, that's not like super long, right?
It's not exaggerated. I feel like it's exaggerated, but it's not.
But it's not, exactly, that's the point. Very
Right.
good. That's where you should be.
Okay.
You wanna hang out here for a while?
No.
Okay, let's do one more.
Let me unwind here. Okay.
You gotta stretch that out a little bit.
Right.
You might want to do some yoga over there, Tony, before we start. Vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. So that's how far vertical and up that's got to go if you want to see that pattern lay down there like that a little
Okay.
bit. Now what we got to start to do is hit some shots where you actually get it up like that far without a ball in. And when I see you do that, I'll put a ball in. We'll start build our way up.
Okay.
So let's do same thing without the ball. Just slow up to the top. I'm going to move you around if needed. Good. Yeah. Good. So up here, you don't got to go so deep there. Good. Now start coming down from there. Yeah, that's perfect. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Good. Go ahead. Yeah, that is a beautiful, pretty, as good as it could look backswing position. I'll show you in a minute. Good. Loosen up and lengthen this out a little bit. Good. Good. Right from there. Good. Come, go ahead. Excellent. One more, and then we'll put a ball in there. Come on, I don't want to work this hard. Good.
No, yes, I do.
Good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Good. So the goal from there, let's switch spots so you can breathe a little and relax.
Okay.
The goal
Excuse
from
me.
here,
Yes.
when you do your backswing, hop behind that mirror for a sec, Stu.
Okay.
The goal from here is for you to hit some checkpoints to make it a little more vertical. So when you come here, the mirror's a little jacked up. I want you to get the club right down the line, your toe line. So the club goes right down the toe line to here.
Yep.
You're trying to get your hands in line with your right pec, right bicep,
Yeah.
and get the butt of the club feeling like it's on your toes still, which is super vertical. And then you're not done from there though. You got to continue turning and get that up over your shoulder line. So your left arm from here, if I'm looking in the mirror, is just above your shoulder line here.
I see it.
And the butt of the club's at the top of my head. It's not even with my neck. It's up here at the top of the head.
Okay.
So you're just gonna feel like you stretch out a little.
Yeah.
It'll be easier when I keep you a little more centered when you go back. So for you, it's here, right? Elbows more down, you're more vertical, and then up more, higher compared to
Got it.
over this way, yeah?
Yep.
And then from there, we can start a downswing piece. Let's do a couple more.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this in for a second. And I want you to feel like that's going more on that toe line, that yellow shaft. Yep. Yeah, atta baby. Good. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
I mean, that's as pretty as your backswing can look.
Okay.
Because we're clear on what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish.
Yes.
We got to coordinate the feels, and then the next part's feedback.
Okay.
Right, that's where the live view comes in. So when you come in here now, I'm going to stand back there and record you because I don't have mine set up, and we're going to hit shots at about this pace until we literally have the backswing perfect. And you're going to hit downswings, and I don't care if you whiff. Like, I don't care if I whiff this. I want us just to get these spots correct at about this pace here, and then hit one. And so I hit that chunky, and it went like 80 yards. I'm going to look at a video and say, did I do my backswing correct or not?
Right.
And then make adjustments and then hop back in.
Okay.
Once that's where we want, then we'll start to work on those downswing pieces with it.
Good.
Still focus on getting it vertical at left arm parallel. Butt of the club at the toe line. Yes, beautiful job. Awesome job. Awesome. Okay, so here's cool. Hands in line. Beautiful job with the takeaway. It's literally perfect. Hands in line with the pec. Butt of the club inside. Beautiful job. Up to the top. I still want that longer over time.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah. Good.
Beautiful transition. There's absolutely no...
No wiggle, no wobble.
Yeah. And there's no steepening. Here's you at the top. Look at the shaft relative to the tree.
Yeah. You fix something that's been there like that for 20 years. You fix it in half an hour.
Come on, you got the goods, baby.
This guy's the best.
Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you liked the video, do us a favor, click the like button down below. Click the notification bell. Also, please subscribe. Another reminder, if you enjoyed this lesson clip, we have the full 1-hour lessons for you guys available on CogornoGolf.com. We'll put a link in the description down below. Thank you.